The shocking truth, more piano practice won't make you better. Look, if you practice in the wrong way, you will only become better at the wrong things. It's like this saying, you know, if you want to put a ladder at your wall and you start climbing it faster and faster and faster, and in the end you realize it's just the wrong wall, you know, it was all meaningless. It's the same with the piano. So you have to make sure from the very start that you do more right things than wrong things, that you're not messing up so much. Yeah? If you do that, then you need to fix your technique. If your technique is not running, you need to get a better mindset. Yeah? And all these kind of things work together. Let me give you a few examples. So let's say you are practicing something like this Moonlight Sonata here, third movement, okay? And then you start, and it gets a little worse every time. You know, you start making small mistakes, and it gets a bit sloppy here and there, and you think first of all, yeah, fine, not a big deal, right? But if you keep doing that, it will only get worse and worse. Then it adds up. You have tension in your hands and arms, and at some point, you know, it will be super hard for you to do, right? So what do you need to do? You have to understand the technique behind it. We have fast 16th notes. So you need to practice those with a clear 4-4 practice method where you are taking the metronome, you do 4 groups slow, then fast, and I will show this in all my in my course. You know, if you're signing up for a lesson later, we can discuss it there. But important is that you understand what the underlying principle is. Yeah, and then we have the left hand. So when the notes are being played, of course, you will have some tension, but when you're not playing those notes, you want to relax in between. And I see many people who are not asking the right questions, so they just start practicing, they play, they think more repeats will make it better. No, because if you practice the wrong habits, it will actually get much worse, and you have a lot of work to do later on to correct all these mistakes. So this is one thing that I observe very, 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 very often. Yeah, and also you don't need to practice a lot. You don't need to study hours of theory. You have to actually do less. Yeah, that's the one big mistake. I see people trying to put in more things into their practice, more exercises, more theory, listening to recordings, this and this and this and this. Doing less is the key. Avoid the wrong things. Don't try to do many of the right things. Avoid the wrong habits. If you do that already, I promise you, you'll make such a fast progress you cannot even imagine, right? You have to understand what the few things are that you need to do, and then don't repeat, don't do anything else. Don't try a method here, don't try a method there. Follow one person, follow one mentor, do the things that they tell you, assuming that the mentor is a good one, and then, you know, you will make that progress. But it's better actually to practice one exercise a million times than many exercises all over the place. It's like Bruce Lee, you know, the fighter said, I don't fear the person who has practiced 1,000 beats one time. I fear the person who's practiced one beat 1,000 times, right? Or something similar like that. And it's the same with the piano. You need a few exercises in your arsenal that you can rely on, that will make your playing better with whatever piece you're confronted, and then leave everything else away. It's really the key here that you don't overload your brain and your muscles with too many things at once. And if you only add up, you know, you get tired mentally, you get tired physically, and you may have strain on your hands and arms. You may know this already, right? That means you have already practiced in the wrong way. And that's actually how you can save many, many hours. Look, if you start and you practice 2 hours in the wrong way, and you then need 3 hours to come back, that's 5 hours of wasted time. If you do 1 hour in the beginning in the correct way, you'll have the same improvement as someone with 6 hours. Let's say you do it 3 hours of good practice, and someone else takes, 5 hours wrong practice. It takes them like 12 hours to get back on the track. And then you have 5 hours, you have the progress that someone else has in 19 hours. You need to cut all the nonsense and cut everything off that is not directly helping your goals, be it for your technique, be it for your interpretation, be it for your confidence and your anxiety. And I figured out over the last 5 years where I've been doing this academy project, which has been growing ever since, that there are 5 main areas where people need to improve. It's their mindset, that you can imagine the right things. It's the strategy, that you have the right routines in place. It's the technique, so the few exercises that will help you master your playing. The interpretation, also some rules, some guidelines with how to pronounce things properly. And the performance part, so that you overcome your anxiety and you learn from that as well. If you do these 5 things correctly, you'll make fast progress. If you do this wrong, it will get worse and you will struggle a lot, get frustrated, and eventually stop playing, which would be a pity. That's why you should apply for a free strategy lesson with me now, where we'll figure out exactly how you will improve in those 5 areas. And we work out a plan how you can succeed with that, and then we can, decide if you want to continue working with me or if you do it on your own. But you should apply now at aaronpearlson.com/academy, so we talk to each other very soon and figure out what things you have to cut off in your practice in order to make progress. Thanks for watching the video. See you again very soon. Bye bye.